Now we're going to take a look at something called the quadratic form, which we can use as a factoring technique using something called U substitution. Now, so here we have what the quadratic form is. It can be written as AU squared plus BU plus C for any numbers A, B, and C where A doesn't equal 0, and where U is some expression of X. And that's kind of a key phrase right there. Now, we're going to look through a couple of them, but one of the keys as to whether I can take a trinomial in this example and write it in quadratic form is that the exponent of the leading term must be twice as large as the exponent in the middle term, after maybe factoring out any greatest common factor, which there are none in this. Well, here you see I got x to the fourth plus 5x to the first. Now, if that was 5x squared, that's something I could write in quadratic form. But as it stands, well, I can't write it in quadratic form. But guess what? We're going to look at one we can. Let's do that. All right, so here I've got 8x to the fourth plus 12x squared plus 18, and you notice here I got an exponent of 4, I got an exponent of 2. The exponent of my second term is half as large as the exponent of my leading term, or in other words, my exponent of my leading term is twice as large as the exponent as the middle term. Now let's think about this. 8 and 12. I could also factor out 2 or 6. We could write this. We could change this 8x to the fourth. And you can see in this example here kind of what I'm doing. To 2 times 2x squared squared. Well, 2x squared is 4x to the fourth times 2 is 8x to the fourth. Let's factor out a 6 right here. And that would give me 2x squared, right? 6 times 2x squared is going to be 12x squared plus 18. Now, technically, I've just written this in quadratic form, but what we're going to see here in an upcoming video, I can use this for U substitution, and I could set U equal to 2x squared. Then substitute that back into this quadratic equation, and if I did, what would I have? I'd have 2u squared plus 6u, because u equals 2x squared, right? Plus 18, and then use that to factor and solve a quadratic equation, or an equation in quadratic form. But that's coming up in an upcoming video where we actually get in and solve. As it stands right now, I've written this. When I've got this in this form, I have written it in quadratic form. Key thing, the exponent of the leading term must be twice as large as the exponent of the middle term when I got trinomials that I'm trying to write in quadratic form. That's the key.